the warmest day officially we have had since September 25th of last year. We got up to 88 degrees today at Busch Field, so we did not set a record. The record was at 91, so we didn't quite get up that high, but definitely the warmest day of the year and the warmest day we've seen in close to 6 months, believe it or not. So pretty impressive. And first wanted to start off with this. We had a great sunset picture sent in yesterday by Mr. Robbie Warren, and just wanted to share this with you. Great shot out there, and we have a great sunset here from our Thurman Dam cam. Remember, if you all ever have a good sunset, sunrise, anything you see in the sky you'd like to share with us, you can always do that through our weather app. Very easy to do. Here's a live look over our Thurman Dam cam, and you can still see a few high-level clouds moving through, so this should make for another really good sunset that should be coming up here in just about 30 minutes. Remember, we're up to around 8 p.m. sunsets now this time of year, so just about 20-25 minutes away. Also have the Green Jackets in town again tonight. They're taking on the Mudcats. They didn't get off to a great start from what it looked like earlier when we were watching. They had a couple runners on in the top of the first within the first few batters. So hopefully they've been able to turn it around. Luckily, beautiful weather for the rest of tonight there at SRP Park. They're still in the 80s, believe it or not, and will just gradually fall into the 70s during game time. Now, moving ahead this week, we do have the possibility of maybe a passing shower storm Friday and Saturday. Doesn't look to impact a large portion of the day. Most of our days, Friday and Saturday, will be completely dry, but there's just going to be a window to where we may see a quick passing storm. So we'll take a closer look at that in just a sec. But Sunday, I would imagine, is our better opportunity for more widespread, steady rain. And so if you're trying to pick one of two weekend days to get outdoor plans in, Saturday definitely looks like the drier of the two. And temperatures will definitely feel cooler Sunday into Monday behind that front. So we are expecting a decent temperature drop to close out the weekend. Here's a current look at our radar network to where we actually have a decent little storm producing a lot of lightning here right near the Alabama-Georgia line. But the main system still well out towards central Mississippi. There's just one sole severe thunderstorm warning north of Jackson there, but this is just going to gradually push east the rest of tonight. So as we continue past midnight, that's most likely when we'll start to notice maybe a few stray showers and even storms around. Here's what our in-house model is showing. So really what's left of this system should be kind of dying out by the time it reaches us, kind of like what we saw happen last night. But there could be a little bit heavier rain with this system early tomorrow morning. So time frame right here, I would say 2 hours before sunrise. Starting to notice that here in our northern and western counties. And then that does get closer towards us here in Augusta once we get towards around sunrise between 7 and 9 a.m. Now, once we get towards the lunch hour, I would imagine most of that morning wave is completely done. And then we're mostly dry Friday afternoon. Still can't rule out maybe there's a stray pop-up cell for a few spots. But notice our temperatures back close to 90 degrees. So another warm day Friday with just a low chance of a passing storm. Saturday morning looks completely dry. Temps will be in the 60s for the first part of the day, but as we get later into the afternoon, what's going to be happening is we're bringing in this backdoor cold front. So notice the temperature difference at 6:30 Saturday. So 71 in Saluda, but still 84 in Sylvania. So that backdoor cold front moves in from the northeast instead of the west. So that's why we call it a backdoor cold front, moving through the opposite direction these fronts usually push in. But our in-house model here doesn't necessarily show a lot of storm or shower development ahead of this front. Other model runs we've looked at have shown a little bit more rainfall. So this just could be a bad model update that we're looking at. So even though it looks dry, I want to let you know there's definitely the opportunity for a pop-up shower storm as we continue into Friday or Saturday afternoon with this front pushing in. Now, the high temperature for us here in Augusta, obviously kind of dependent on how quickly this backdoor cold front moves in. So kind of tricky temperature forecast there Saturday. Now, once we get into Sunday, that front's now well south of us, and then we're just going to have moisture override that front. And this is going to be the scenario to where I would imagine we have a lot better rain chances across the area. So that will start Sunday morning and really just kind of continue to be on and off, if not even steady, a lot of our Sunday. And notice our temperatures are much cooler. So it could be a struggle to actually see temps anywhere close to what we've seen the past few days once we get to Sunday. So once again, if you have those outdoor plans this weekend, Saturday definitely looks like the better of the two weekend days. Here's a look at the projected rain totals. So if you do get underneath a thunderstorm that passes by the next couple of days, you could quickly pick up an inch or more of rain just because those rain rates will be over an inch an hour. Now, if you just see general showers and kind of stay on the outskirts of storms, you'll most likely see less than a quarter of an inch. So this is the scenario that we always say it's feast or famine. So it depends on kind of if you take a direct hit. So even though this particular model is showing these exact values for exact locations, I don't want you to necessarily think this is our forecast. This is just a model run showing scattered storms rolling through, and wherever they kind of hit is where they're going to produce the heavy rain. So even though it's showing over an inch in Sparta, less than 1/10 of an inch in Augusta, those two numbers could definitely be flipped, just depending on the path that the storms eventually do take. So I know that can get kind of confusing showing this graphic, but I think it's just doing a good job of showing the range of values that we could see, because that's always one of the big questions I always get whenever rain's heading our way. How much are we expecting? And it's always the number one question I hate to answer, because it is so infinitely impossible to tell you exactly how much rain you're going to see for a specific location. It's really, we have to deal with ranges, because obviously you can see just going from Augusta to Thompson, close to an inch difference, and more so in other spots. So it makes it very tricky, because it's just based on the eventual path that those storms do take. Now, the severe weather outlook Friday, not 0, but not super high. So 1 out of 5 on our threat scale with the marginal risk. Main concern is just some strong wind gusts, maybe a large hailstone that gets mixed into a storm, but low threat at the moment, but just a good idea to stay weather aware for tomorrow. Here's our high temperatures Friday, back close to 90, about 10 degrees above average for April standards. So definitely a warm day again, even for this time of year. Now, weekend forecast, you can see the temperature drop on Sunday. So that's going to be that backdoor cold front finally moving south of us. Going to be a struggle to make it to 70 possibly Sunday. With that update we were just looking at from the model there, I may have to adjust that high temperature Sunday. I'm not necessarily too confident that we could actually get to 70. So heads up, definitely going to notice some differences as we close out the weekend. Looking ahead to next week, temperatures feel even cooler by Monday, so definitely feeling a little temperature drop behind that front over the weekend. But by later next week, we're back seasonal averages near 80 Wednesday and Thursday next week, with generally sunny skies making a return. So hopefully have a safe night. Remember, watch out for the storms the next couple of days, and we'll see you later tonight on News 12 at 11.